stock market today analysis for Monday, December 19th, 2022. We are going to be looking at these red candles on the four indices of the stock market. We'll also question why lately the VIX is moving in the same direction with the stock market, when generally the VIX is a fear index. When the stock market's dropping, generally the VIX is rising, not going down. We are going to discuss that. Before we discuss that though, welcome to I Have Success. We got a website right here. It's not really we, it's just me. The mission of I Have Success is to help you begin your trading journey by learning to sell cash secured put options. Yeah, I'll throw in some more advanced strategies in there. And yeah, it's also important for me to grow and improve in the process. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the facts of the situation. I don't do things that can't benefit me. If I don't see them benefiting me, I tend to stop doing them. So I believe that selling cash secured put options is really the easiest way to start. It might not be the strategy you finish with. You might end up doing some other things, or you might end up just selling cash secured put options on stocks that you don't mind owning the rest of your life, and maybe selling some covered call options against them. I don't know. You have to find your journey for yourself. But I'll tell you what I do know, and selling cash secured put options is really easy and fits into my schedule when I live in Hawaiian Pacific time zone, and Hawaiian Standard time zone, and stock market trades in the Eastern Standard time zone. So if that might interest you, learning how to do that, I would suggest, once this video is done, taking a look in the description below of this video, and you'll see a link to the I Have Success website, and then a little bit below that you're going to see some sort of playlist. It's the first one. Start here, watch this playlist first. I don't know, it's 3 playlists. It's the first one, and go through and watch that. That has 5 different videos. You will definitely be able to go from zero to having some idea of how to sell put options, how to sell call options, cash secured and covered. And not only that, but how to set up your own charts. It's a really great beginning thing. And also, at the 3-minute mark, get ready, it's coming, it's right, boom, it's right there. There's a link to a different video that once this video is done, watch that, watch the playlist down there, and then after those things, you should have a pretty good idea of how you want to progress in the stock market. Speaking of progress, how is this video going to progress? It's going to progress by going back to what we're talking about. Look at this. Russell 2000, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, SPX, down, all down. Even the Dow Jones going down there, going to test that 200-day. But why, oh why, is the VIX moving down while the stock market's moving down? Doesn't happen too often. Dollar drop, look at that. Dropped below the 200-day moving average, rallied up, boom, dropped back down here. It did close higher than it opened, but look, it's back down here. Boom, on that 28. Getting some support from the 28. TLT, 20-year treasury bonds. Now, something that you may or may not know, we're looking at all of these charts here. These are showing us 1 month of data from left to right, and each candle represents 1 day. So last 30 days of trading days of TLT, it had been going up, and then it kind of started going sideways, and now it's potentially taking a fall. It's at least broke this sideways kind of trend right here, right? This one, all kind of in that range. Now we're back to testing back down here again. Maybe it's just going to be a wider range. Is this a possible M? We're going to see more to the downside, and what had been happening for a while is whatever direction TLT was going, the stock market was going. So seems like the stock market might be leading TLT now. Gold contract. Now, keep in mind, this is not the price of gold. This is the price of gold futures. So it has been just following this 200-day moving average here, right? Rallied up and really been hitting this 200-day, which you know, I'm happy to see it do that. I'm happy to see it go down. I really don't care a whole lot about the paper price of gold, and maybe you shouldn't either. Maybe you should. You know, it's up to you. You figure it out for yourself. I personally don't care, because whatever this dollar amount changes with the paper price, whatever that paper price changes to, you don't lose a gram out of your ounce. It doesn't rust. It doesn't dissipate. 1 ounce is 1 ounce. No matter what, no matter how many or how little fiat currency notes you need to exchange for that ounce. Barrel of oil, futures contract on WTI crude oil. Look at this. It had been well, here we went sideways here, right? Bounced down, came up, boom, really went down. So once it rallied up here and we had this candle, I was looking to see if it was going to go down even more, but it seems like it's kind of potentially going sideways. Now it could drop, could keep going sideways, could go up. It can only go 3 directions, and so it could be any of those. Right now, it looks like we got a red candle here. What's going to happen with this one? Is it just going to build a little base? Could end up dropping. We will see. We're on some light trading volume. Speaking of paper price of something, Bitcoin. This is the futures contract, and it got up here and it was touching this 18,000. But now looks like we're doing the normal thing that Bitcoin's been doing for a long time. It goes kind of sideways, up, down, sideways, and then it drops. It goes kind of up, down, sideways, and then it drops. Looks like it might be doing more of that. And we went over all this stuff. Let's take a peek at, you know what, I wanted to go over the futures first, but we're going over them second. And why are we going over the futures? Well, I'll tell you what, because it's 7:36 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time, and your good buddy Brent just needs to take a quick look at what's going on with the futures. VIX future, okay, it's up right now. So let's see if this is going to lead tomorrow on Tuesday. See if the VIX is going to be higher, but of course, you know, the VIX could reverse. But at the moment, you know, if the futures lead into the future, it's showing a higher VIX. ES for the S&P, it is moving down. YM for the Dow Jones, moving down. NQ for NASDAQ, moving down. RTY for the Russell 2000, moving down. 10-year Treasury yield, moving up. And we already looked at, we just got done looking at crude oil, natural gas. One reason why I put this on here, just because I had extra room, and also, you know, I'm an energy trader. You know, I'm definitely an energy trader at heart. I'm not the greatest energy trader. Definitely not the worst, but I'm a passionate energy trader, and natural gas is in part of energy. Although, you know, Eric Townsend from the Macro Voices podcast, I've heard him say more than one time, this is known as the widowmaker. So futures in general might be the widowmakers in total, especially if you're watching this video, you probably knew. But I'll tell you what, if you're going to mess with any futures, you better do it in your paper trading account until you know what you're doing. Gold contract, we already looked at that. Silver, we didn't look at this one. All right, over that 200-day moving average. Look at this. Have we violated this uptrend? You know, it looks like maybe we're getting close to. Here's a pivot point. We got a pivot point here, and a pivot point here. They're all kind of in there. So it looks like it could start moving sideways. But you know, sort of, it still could potentially continue that uptrend. We'll see how that goes. We already looked at the old Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at these main 11 different sectors of the stock market. And what do we see? Technology, red, right? Pretty big candle moving down. Healthcare, just really done with that uptrend, right? We had a strong uptrend for a while, and we're looking to see what happened here. And man, it just really, what about at this pivot? Boom! It just it's back down here. So you could basically say in the last month it's went sideways. XLF financials broke 3 trading days ago. It broke that 200-day moving average. Doji today, maybe we'll see a little bit rally to the upside. Doji basically means open and close at the exact same place. Industrials, look at that, falling apart too. Had been building this kind of sideways here. This one sort of violated that, but up until then it had been going sideways and then started breaking down. Again, we're looking at a one month of data, so you know it's really difficult to see a big trend. We're just basically what we're doing here is just getting a big snapshot, big overview of what's going on with the market. Basic materials broke that 200-day moving average, going down. Energy, look at this. Is this going to be a double bottom? So right now it's a little bit of a higher low, but we still got that high, lower high, lower high. Is it going to start building back up? Is it going to start catching support around this 200-day moving average? We'll see. Consumer discretionary really dropping down. I started running stock screeners looking for any particular companies that might have good fundamentals to them and be at a potentially good buy that are in the consumer discretionary, because this sector has just been taking a beating over this last year. A lot of things, but this one really is taking a beating, including the retail too. Look at that. We'll get back over here to consumer staples. Okay, we got some doji-ish looking candles, right? Spindly looking little things right there. Went sideways, kind of going sideways, falling apart, testing that 200-day moving average. Utilities. Oh, look at that. Tried to break that 200-day moving average, but it failed to do that. And real estate couldn't even get up to that 200-day moving average. Falling apart here. We already went over those that retail stuff. So we just took a real good look at what happened in the overall market. So with that being said, maybe we can do this really quickly here. Let's see if we can bang out one of those. Wait, it's back under here. Okie dokie. Let's take a quick look at our indices. Okay, so what we're doing is we're mainly focused on this. This is the daily, stock market today analysis for the current day, and but so I don't know what we're mainly focused on. Just scratch that. I'm revamping this, trying to figure out a good system. I'm a pretty what do you call that, structured guy. So I like to get some good structure, make it real fast, and I haven't structured out this part too much. But nonetheless, okay, we're looking at our first chart right here. It's 5 days, 1 hour. And we'll look at the SPX, right? 5 days, 1 hour, right here. 3 months, 1 day. We got a 200-day moving average. Over here, 1 year, 1 week, right? So hour candle, daily candle, weekly candle, 40 period moving average, which is kind of equal to the 200-day. Obviously 40, 24, 57, 4,047. Not exact, but it's relatively close. So what do we see going on with the SPX? We see in the last 5 days it got up here, got as low as down here, which basically today is giving us a new low. And on our 3 month, did I say that was 1 month? I apologize if I did. 3 month, 1 day. We see over this 3 month trend we had a bit of a double bottom here, and it rallied up to this 200-day moving average, double topped up here, and again can't make it in that 200-day moving average. I would recommend setting up your charts kind of like this, or watch that playlist. It'll tell you about these different time frames. But the weekly chart, it's such a good one to look at. So we're looking at 1 year of data right here, and in a really short, in a small picture here, we get a lot of data. Look what we have here: high, lower high, lower high, lower high, low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. We're still in this downtrend. We're definitely still in that downtrend. And this hourly candle or hourly chart, it's breaking down the last, it's like opening up and looking at the inside of this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And so we see it kind of rallied up, tested that, dropping down. And when we look at Dow Jones, we're going to see something, you know, sort of similar over the last 5 days, right? But over the last 3 months, we had this double bottom here. That W shot up here to that 200-day moving average, tested that, failed, then retested it, went up for quite a while, and remained above that 200-day for quite a while. But you know, we're coming back down to test that. So we see the same thing here. Also, we got that high, lower high. Ooh, look at that. Lower high. Ah, higher high. All right, look at all those lowers, lowers, lower, lower, lower. So it could be that this is going to break down again, and it might be low, high, lower high, or wait, yeah, it'd be high, lower high, maybe lower high down there. But it obviously looking like the stock market Santa Claus rally is, if it's going to show up, it needs to hurry up. NASDAQ, same picture in the last 5 days, right? Look the very same. A daily looks a little bit different. Pretty much been going sideways over the last 3 months, right? Look at that. It's basically been topping out right around in here. I get it, it's a little bit in a range. And overall, it's been right in here in this, like, got kind of like this double bottom. Yeah, I got it. It took this out, but it, you know, dropped down, open here, and look at that. Boom, just shot back up because, you know, it's kind of like that familiarity zone. It's gotta get right back up there. And now we're right back down, right back down here. Woo, you really see, this really paints a good picture, doesn't it? High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Just coming in. We don't have a lower low yet. Maybe it's going to come down here. Let's see what happens. Retest this, whoop, right in here. So we see here this point. Let's see if it's going to come down here and test this. Break through here, test that. Okay, last one, going to be looking at the Russell 2000. Small mid-cap stocks, basically looking the same over the last 5 days, right? We do see a little bit different. This one was looking, I don't know, forgot which one that was, but we got that kind of W pattern, came up here. Was that the Dow Jones? And just kind of bouncing, couldn't really break above that 200-day moving average, and, you know, just really like looking like gold, just like playing around that with that 200-day moving average until what is that? Is that an M? Boom! Until it just kind of dropped down. Retest that, and drop down, back down in here, catching. Look at all this like price overlapping here. So it's a lot of support right in there. So if it starts breaking through this, woohoo! It's probably gonna drop. High, lower high, lower high, lower high. But a lot of you see all this price overlapping. It's kind of what we're seeing right in there. So there's a lot of can probably get some support right through there. And the final thing, let's take a peek over at this. So, all right, this is a line chart of S&P 500, SPY, weekly period for the last 10 years. So we see this downtrend basically started at the beginning of this year. Now maybe it was at the end of December, but you know, we're dealing with hand grenades and horseshoes at the moment, you know. End of December, beginning of January, whatever, you know, compared to 2021 or 19, right? It's basically end of 2020, excuse me, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, right in there. And it's just kind of been in this channel here. And we see tested the channel here, tested the channel here, and again we're testing that channel, but right, we're breaking down into that channel now. And so As I said on, I don't know which video it was, but I've been saying this kind of for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, if it just kind of grinds sideways, right? If it's going to catch support right in here, see where these like little W looking thing here. Anytime you're seeing like these little pivots, pivot here, and even looking over here, see how it, when it was below this, that area was acting as a resistance. When it was above it, started acting as support. Could be the same thing right through here. Now, if it starts breaking through, if it starts breaking, let's say in general, one thing that could kind of be is about 380 to maybe 380-ish, which can also include like your high 370s to about 400-ish, which could include in your, you know, up to maybe like mid 400s, especially kind of locked in the 380 to 390. Now, if it starts breaking into the lower 370s, if it starts hitting in those 360s, then we got to really watch what happens. And then if it starts getting down into these like the high 350s, we really want to see what's going to happen at this double bottom right here, which is basically, this should be an easy number for some people to remember, 357. It starts breaking 357, we really got to see what's going to happen. But one thing we want to note is when it's in this area, look, we're in the middle of that downtrend. So if it's starting to get in this, possibly it could grind sideways out of that downtrend, or it just could kind of keep going. So I think those two probabilities are I think are fairly probable. Those two probabilities are fairly probable. I think the outlier is going to be the strong bull trend up. Now, the only way I think that is going to happen, because if you look around what's going on in the world, fundamentally, this company, a lot of these companies, they're not doing super well. There's if you look around at certain news, you're going to see like talking about a lot of layoffs. There's pension fund problems. There's social distress. There's what else is there? There's like places like Walgreens closing up shop in certain cities because of the social distress, whatever that word is, and it's a variety of things, right? You got a variety of problems there. Just in the U.S., you got a high conflict between people, all those problems, people, maybe the housing market's potentially taking a dump, rates going up, people's jobs potentially getting laid off. So, got all these issues, right? And then from there, we got all these geopolitical issues. We got potential problems continuing in Ukraine. I don't really hear any potential talks of peace. I just hear more about sending over more money to buy more weapons. And imagine if you have a neighbor, or excuse me, you have a roommate, and your roommate just keeps spending all his money on weapons. Keep buying a bunch of weapons. Keep using weapons and training with weapons. So what do you think's going to happen? Sooner or later, at the minimum, the person's not a pacifist. So we got a warmongering government. And so it seems like they want to keep that war machine alive and keep Raytheon's equity price high. So we got that going on. And, Russia, China, all this stuff. So where's the good fundamentals? Where's the good economy? Where's the people happy and excited and feeling like, gas prices are really low so they can go out and do things? Where is that happening? It's not happening. Right? So how are we going to get a bull market like this? I'll tell you how we get a bull market like this. If the government and these quasi-government agencies start rigging the market again. And when I say rigging, maybe that makes you think, they're rigging the market. How about goosing the market? How about financially assisting the market? You put in whatever term that doesn't get your panties in a bunch. Put in whatever term you want. I don't care what name you call it. Call it quantitative easing. Call it Operation Twist. I don't care. If it makes the stock market go up, right? What does it matter what name you put on it? If the result is a stock market goes up, you can call it red number 5. I don't care. Call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is profiting from the stock market. And so, yeah, I'm going to be ready for anything. My first scenario is I'm cautiously looking for sideways trend. Cautiously. I'm thinking it's definitely possible we could see more to the downside. And I'm really going to be watching this 357, and also like I'm really gonna, right now we're at that 380, so we'll see what ends up happening throughout the course of basically, like, let's say the end of this month and then January. But yeah, it's maybe we'll be testing these lows already. So what can you do? What you can do is you can go to ihavesuccess.com, download this cash secured put stock selection guide. Download this. 3 stocks I sell cash secured put options on. Now with these two in combination, you should get an idea of a mental framework to be able to select stocks that are suitable for you. It's not a complete system. It's definitely not recommendations. Like, just because these 3 stocks are suitable for me doesn't mean they're suitable for you. But it's to give you a mental framework of like what is it that I like about these 3 stocks, and you can think about those and like, yeah, I would like that in a stock, or no, I wouldn't like that in a stock, or I see what he's talking about. Seems like this stock fits that, and this one over here doesn't fit that at all. It's to help you make a better decision on determining what's suitable for you. Because me, unlike many other people, I believe you have the intelligence to figure out the best decision for yourself. I personally don't think that you are so dumb that you need someone else to tell you what the best decision is for yourself. If that makes me a bad person, then so be it. If it makes me a good person, then so be it. It's just the truth. I think you have the mental capability to figure out what is the best decision for you. Now, you might need a little bit of guidance, right? Just like a baby. When a baby is born, they have the potential to figure out what's the best things for them, but they need a little bit of guidance in the beginning, right? Until they're kind of cognitively functioning enough and have enough maturity to move forward with it. And it's the same thing here. So if you're new in the stock market, that's what I Have Success is about, helping you start this journey. Download this stuff. Make sure you get those 2. Watch that playlist. And then the 5th video in that playlist, in combination with this information here, you're really going to be able to be in a good position to find, not just understand, but find stocks that are suitable for you. Gives you a little bit of fundamental analysis, shows you how to use a free screener from Yahoo Finance, and then paper trade it. Paper trade this. Learn what the strategy is. Paper trade it. Watch that video at, I think it was 3 minutes. You get a little understanding of why I love these, in the big fundamental why of why this one is going to be a better strategy to potentially learn how to do, instead of like doing a directional trade where you basically only profit if you properly picking the direction. So and then you can also download this other stuff if you want. Download one, download all, and then 6 days a week, roughly, I'm going to be sending you some stock market related things. In fact, today, the people that have already downloaded this stuff, there's a video I watched with interview with Rick Rule, and it man, it was a doozy. It really just really hit the nail on the head about the state of our world, and the fact that you can do something about it. You can determine your own financial results. No matter what chaos is going on around, you can determine your own financial results. So I want to help you do that. I hope you find that Rick Rule video. And you guys have a fantastic time, whatever time you're watching this. Aloha.